DC here. Hi guys and gals. Hey, hope you're well. It is Monday, and as you all know by now, Monday is very much the day where I end up doing a couple tags when possible, and today's no different. So I'm out walking. You see there's a field behind me. For the moment it's still grass, still green, logger's itch, but you never know what he'll be. The farmer, I mean, there's two fields, one in front of me, one behind. And there's always, of course, different seeds of whatever he puts. Sometimes it's wheat, sometimes it's maize, or corn or what. And yeah, so I mean, we'll see what it's going to be this year. But anyway, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about two tags. Why do I have this persistent itch? And the first one will be, as usual, will be Jasmine's tag. Hi Jasmine, and it's 5 questions. And so let's start with question number 1. Okay, question number 1. Something you got stopped by the police for. Well, let me see now. I got stopped probably in my life twice by the police. 3 times. So once I was on the highway here in Switzerland, and I was driving a rental car, and the rental was made by my father-in-law. So actually I realize now I probably should not have been driving it, because I don't think he put my name on it as a driver. Anyway, we were stopped because my father-in-law had not bought, we have like a sticker that you should put on the car to take the highway. So it's like a toll that you pay. It's your toll within the highways, so the motorways, if you want, if you're in England and the UK. So the motorways, there's a toll sticker that you should put on the car, and my father-in-law had not bought that, so we got stopped for that. And once I got stopped because they were stopping every car to check if we'd been drinking. And the one that's probably the one that I'll consider as for the tag is I was out geocaching once, and I was geocaching near a military base, and there was a bridge over a road that was leading to the military base, and that's where, and on this bridge, so on the railing, was the geocache. So by finding the geocache, what I always do is I will take a picture, usually of where the geocache was, or somewhere near there, just for myself. But as I was taking the picture and doing that, the police car was driving on that road below, but in my direction, so they could see what I was doing. And I wondered, I said, here's this guy taking pictures towards the military base. Okay. So anyway, I started walking back because I had parked my car quite a ways away. So I was walking back, and all of a sudden I noticed that the police car came and was driving right beside me and slowed down to driver's pace. And the guy, the policeman, so there was usually 2, he brought down his window, turned down his window, and looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said, well, how are you? And he said to me, bonjour. And he said to me, I'm well, but I have to ask you a few questions. So, so basically he drove right in front of me, so I couldn't go any further, so to say, but I was walking. And he asked me, we saw you taking pictures from the bridge. And I said, yes, I was. And the guy said, well, why were you taking pictures of the bridge? There's a military base in that direction. Well, first off, I didn't want to get cocky, because I could have said, where was it written, or or did it say that I didn't have the right to do that, but I didn't say that. So I explained to him that I was doing some geocaching. So the guy that was asking me the questions, he looked at me like with with a duh expression, like what do you mean? But the guy who was driving the car said, oh yeah, geocaching, I know about that. My cousin or something like that. I think it was, he said it, my cousin does it, and so on. He says, oh, there's one over there, and then I explained it to him, and I said why I took the pictures and so on. So they said it's okay, we just wanted to know why. Okay, so that was it. And then they went off, and it was no big deal after that. Okay. Okay, then question 2. I should move on, shouldn't I? Question 2. Worst memory that happened to you? In recent years, I think it was, and I say recent years, it's already over 30 some odd years. Oh, there's a bird up there. He'll probably poop on me. No, okay. In recent years, it was the birth of our second child. It took like over 30 hours. Mrs. DC was, well, put it this way. One of the nurses that was there, the midwives, so the midwife actually, told us that she had worked in Africa many years ago. And if Ms. DC, if we had been in Africa, I wouldn't have either wife nor child. It was, it ended up basically I was going to say she had a natural birth, which blocked and ended up with a cesarean to save both. So yeah, that was probably the worst memory in a way. And it was followed up by one of the best ones. Yeah. Okay. So let me see. Question 3. What are you hoping to accomplish this year? Well, I've spoken about that in the last vlog. I'm hoping that I'll be able to speak Spanish, and it's not easy. I've had a couple live sessions. One went very well, and one didn't. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Immersion would be the best, but I'm not in an immersion situation. Okay, that was question 3. Question 4. What frustrates you the most? I was almost going to say the same thing, but I won't. What frustrates me the most? I think a lot of people will answer the same thing. Overall, people. But what frustrates me the most is when you're on a situation where you know, and I was going to say, something is true, and people just are blind to it, and they just basically you wonder why. It's like it goes against their feelings or what, and they'll continue to lie even though they know that they're wrong, but it's the party line or whatever, and so they just keep on doing. Yeah, that's something that really frustrates me, that people basically are knowingly stupid at times. Yeah. Okay, so let me see now. We're at question 5. Well, that's an interesting one. Are you religious or spiritual? Well, clearly I'm both. Now, religious is for me part of the community of believers. Now, I'm a Christian, okay? So put that out of the way. So while I'm talking to, it's going to be with the Christian worldview. So yes, for me, religious and everything that's religious is very much part of the community experience. I know I'm being a little bit quick on that. And spiritual is very much for my relationship experience with God, with Jesus. And when I say Jesus, I mean Jesus in the sense of fully man, fully God, with the Holy Spirit. So you see where I'm going, those of you who are Christians and those of you who know about Christianity. So for me, the spiritual part is relationship, religious is community, and of course it's much more complex than that, but we'll leave it at that for the tag. Okay, so that'll be DC will be signing off. Yes, this is the 5th question, so we're all through. Thank you very much, Jasmine. A very, very good tag. I got to stop coming up 10 minutes. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.